Hello and welcome to another Wednesday vlog where we take a little bit of a look into aspects of outdoor life, outdoor education, philosophy, business and so on. So today's thought is about not getting overwhelmed with revenue streams and funnels. So when you're first starting out as a forest school leader or a woodland leader, there is that pressure to earn an income, particularly if you've made the jump from full-time employment. And there is that temptation to do all the things, to set up this revenue stream, that revenue stream, work with these people, do this type of project and that type of project, and just jump in feet first and build all of it at once. And that's maybe not the best way to approach it. And this is a bit of me sharing my experience with doing exactly that, trying to jump in, feeling like if I hustle more, if I put more feelers out, if I develop more sessions, I'll get more income faster. And in my experience, that is just not the case. There is a definite argument for taking it a bit slower. So when I'm talking about revenue streams, what I'm really talking about is a particular market, audience, funnel, and type of session. So for me, one revenue stream is my family forest school sessions. Another one is my family or my bushcraft club sessions, which do have an overlap. Then there's also the conservation sessions, the stuff that I do for you guys, and so on. Each one is a separate revenue stream, a separate funnel. Now, when we talk about funnels, that's a marketing term which is basically talks about the process of converting a random stranger into a paying customer or a mega fan. So the idea is that out there are however many millions of people there are in the UK, tens of millions, and a proportion of those will be interested in what you're doing and putting out on social media, your free stuff, all of that content, all the pictures you put on Facebook, all of that. There will be some people interested in this. Now, out of those millions of people out there, it's still going to be a smaller percentage. So if you work it for a while and you're good at it, you will likely have a couple of thousand followers on social media. But not all of those will become paying customers. They might be in geography, they might just like seeing stuff, and they just like living vicariously through you. It's maybe not 100% their thing, or they just like seeing pictures, so on. There's going to be a smaller proportion that do actually want to get more involved with you. So out of those thousands of people, there might be a few hundred that want to take the next step, and that may well be adding themselves to your mailing list. Now, if you don't have a mailing list, you should watch my previous podcast episode and video on that, and I highly recommend it. You checking that out and getting a mailing list sorted. It really does help you move your sessions forward. So the few hundred might just drop into your mailing list, and then out of that you might get tens of people that then drop into your sessions and become a paid customer, or use your services or buy your products. And then if you are really good at what you do, you may well convert a few of those into customers for life. Now, if you're just starting out, a dozen of these will definitely make your life so much better, and it'll make everything worth doing. But there is a funnel, so you start at the wider end with your potential audience, you narrow it down to your actual audience, and then you work down all the way until you have a few lifetime followers, and those are the ones you're going to design not just your regular sessions for, but you're going to give them additional sessions, additional value, and they're going to want to work more closely together with you. So that's what a funnel is, and a revenue stream. And what you want to do is you want to build those out one by one. Because if you've been running forest school sessions for a while, you can probably remember right at the start, when you were just starting out, how much longer everything took to do. You had, it probably took you 3 times as long to plan a session, to prepare for it, to actually set up during the session, to pack away after the session, to organize equipment, to manage the booking system, to answer all the questions and that people email in. But then after a year or two of doing it, you've got all of your kit in labeled boxes that you just pull out and slot into the car or the van. You know your system for setting up. You've got frequently asked questions that you send out in your booking information. You've got your booking site set up. You've got your website rolling smoothly. A lot of it is automated, and you are spending a third of the time that you did at the start. And that's where you want to be. That's where you want to eventually build out all your funnels and everything else. So you're not spending extra hours and energy. So you want to spend your time and energy at the start of a project, start of a revenue stream, and then hopefully reduce that time and energy to keep it going. There's still going to be energy and time investment, and there's still going to be monetary investment. But the idea is that it will never be as high as when you first start off that project. Now you can cope with that extra monetary investment and that extra time investment when you're just starting out with one project. But as soon as you start adding multiple revenue streams, you start spending a lot more time than you need to. It starts getting overly complicated, and then you end up not doing any of them really well, because you're not taking the time to step back and look at the efficiencies. Go, is there a better system for this? What you're doing when you've got multiple, if you're setting up and launching multiple revenue streams at once, is you are a hamster on that wheel, and you're just going full tilt. You'll know that if you stop, you'll get thrown off, so you don't get that time to evaluate what you're doing, to step back and go, okay, is what I'm doing reaching the audience that I want to reach? Is it delivering the value I want to deliver? And is it actually being financially viable? And this is so much less of a stressful way to do things. But as I said, the pressure is there, and it's easy to kind of get sucked into. We've got a helicopter going over. I thought probably a twin engine. Yeah, that's hazards of doing recording in urban areas underneath flight paths and so on. Okay, where was I? So I was saying that you're under pressure to move things ahead, to keep things going, to basically put as much to get up to your income that you need. But it doesn't exactly work that way. As I say, if you're moving your energy in 100 different directions and not doing anything well, then that means you don't have anything that's set on its own, that's functioning well financially and efficiently. And that means that the whole process is actually going to be longer to reach a point of profitability, a point where you are happy with it and you feel like it is delivering on what you wanted for it in the first place. Whereas if you operate on premise that you want to get something working properly before you move on to the next thing, you build it slowly, but you build it sustainably. And actually it starts gathering speed, because there'll be overlaps between your sessions. But you really want to make the best use of that focus to get started, to get it rolling, to get it properly done, and then you can move on to your next project. And this will probably take it from what would be a 4-year process if you're trying to do everything and trying and failing at multiple things at once, may well take it down to 2 or 3 years to reach a good profitability, which is at the end of the day what you are looking for a business. If you need to earn the income, then you're looking at profitability as a metric. So I hope that's helped you out. That's given you some food for thought. If you are already in that crazy, I've got 101 revenue streams, it may be a good time to sit back, take stock, go what is working and what is not. If it's not working, you can either ramp up what you're doing with it and focus hard and kind of double down and make sure that you're doing the right things to move that particular revenue stream forward. Or you may just have to make the hard decision and say, I'm going to cut that out entirely, or put it to one side, bring the focus back to things that are working, get those fully set up, and then come back to those at another point. So there we go. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Do let me know your thoughts and feelings and opinions and all that in the comments or at info@brackenoutdoors.com. It's been great talking to you. Remember, make the most of every day, and I'll see you next time.